today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kirk Cousins and the Washington Commanders taking on Justin Fields and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Fields on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Play action. It's Fields. And brought in by Braid. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw is Fields. And Braid, the tight end's got it. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he powers his way up past the 30. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one is no good. He missed it. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
Now a first down throw. Fields over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now Fields. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Off play action. Fields. He'll buy some time right. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead is Jagz. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a second and goal.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up fourth down. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
6-0 our score after 1. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Cousins. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that ball incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Fields. We know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Fields. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. That one goes for 30 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Rolling to his right. Fields hit, and the ball is loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
On 1st down, Fields. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Kadarius Toney, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Caught by Montgomery. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. They'll throw again. Cousins. Man open. That's Byron Pringle complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Jagz are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. Here's Fields. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this 1st half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Cousins throw complete here to Waller. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 27, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We start with a divisional matchup to start the new campaign, Indianapolis and Houston in the AFC South. And it's the Texans who are out in front. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. From there, we head over to Hotlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Jonathan Taylor, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Cousins now. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And Cooks has it over the middle. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Again, it's Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Darren Waller from 3 yards out. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Cousins will try and throw. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Cousins to throw it. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On first down, it's Fields. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And it's caught. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Throwing, Cousins. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Cousins on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Cousins again. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Trey Hendrickson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Out of the gun, Fields. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. To throw is Fields. Buying time to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Justin Fields, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gets this one to Hill. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Throwing is Perkins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. This to Jacobs on the toss right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So Kirk Cousins in the offense, down by 16. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Jacksonville, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Washington, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll